Okay, you're going to click on save. And it's going to pop up with this. The only things you need to click on are include document fonts and PostScript. Change it to level 3. And then you're going to click OK. Once that saves, it's going to be up on the desktop. And it should be right here. So now all you need to do is take this, drag it and drop it into VersaWorks. Okay, so now that we have our saved little text file here, you're going to go ahead and open up Roland VersaWorks. Okay, so now Roland VersaWorks is open, and what you want to do is you want to drag our file here into VersaWorks, and then this is going to show, 20%, 100%, whatever. When it's done, there will be no status bar here. Anyway, so it's done. Look at our preview. Your text here, that's exactly what we want. Okay, make sure it's the right file. Then you're going to go down here to Settings. Okay, and Custom Role. Go ahead and click Get Media Width. This really shouldn't change too much. Scaling. So if this is too small for you, it's right now it's 5 inches wide and not even an inch tall. If you want it bigger, this is where you can make it bigger. Just click, 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 click. It's gonna make the text bigger and bigger. So if you want it like 500%, it's gonna make it huge. So that's where you worry about the scale. I'm gonna bring it back down maybe 200%, and it's gonna make it a pretty good size. Okay, and then there's fit to media size if you wanted to use up the whole paper. Position, you don't really have to worry about that too much. This orientation, if you wanted it instead of being this way up when it prints, technically, if you're looking at the front of the printer and it's like this, it's going to be upside down. So you're going to have to run it like that so that you can read it as it's coming out of the printer if you really wanted to do it like that. So once you're done with the orientation, go ahead and click on over to Quality. And this is where you're going to tell what type of vinyl you're using. Now, we're still using the heat transfer material, so you want to select HTM2 Heat Transfer ESM. Okay. The type of quality you want, standard quality, draft 2, 4 minutes is pretty fast. Mode, CMYK. Now, if you were running metallics, you want to run CMYK metallic if you have metallic colors in there. Everything else you don't really have to worry about. Color adjustment, you don't have to worry about. File format, mark, printer controls, all those you don't have to worry about. Cut control. This is where you're going to tell it to print and cut. If you tell it print only, it's only going to print it. You're not going to get, and notice how the cut lines disappear. Now I'm going to select print and cut, and you get these lines. So that's what tells you it's going to print and cut. Cut image boundaries. If you want it to cut an additional boundary, I would just always click yes. That's going to give you an extra boundary to weed that from. Just click yes. Okay. And so printer controls, job management, clip and tile variable data. You don't have to click on any of these things. You're going to go down here and click OK. Once that's done, we've done the settings already. Click on rip. It's going to rip it. It's going to take, if it was a fast file, it shouldn't take too long. But this is going to go from like a gear, and it's going to show you the status right here, 1%. So when that's fully complete, it shouldn't take too long because it's a pretty simple file. It's going to be done, and then once it is done, you're going to go ahead and click down here on, where is it? On print. Okay, do the settings, rip, print. Once you print, the machine will start printing, and that'll be done. Okay, let's say now you have a picture and you want to create cut outlines with the picture. So you're going to go and open up Adobe Illustrator, and we're going to drop this picture inside. So now we've got this picture right here. So we want to create cut outlines for this picture all the way around this outer edge. So pretty simple. You're going to go over here to the square tool, since this image is a perfect square, and you're going to draw the outline for it. Draw the whole thing down here to the bottom and right there. And it turned black. Well, that's because we have the fill selected as black. So we're going to tell it no fill, and it's gone away. So now we're going to click on over to the outline, and just to make sure that it's there, going to make it thicker. And what happens? Boom, it's totally there because it's pink. And we're going to bring this back down to 4, 3, 2, 1 point, and you can just barely tell that it's there, but it is there. So that's done. You've created the cut contour line. So same as before, you can go File, Save As, and we're going to save this as Test 1 or 7. Save it as an EPS file. Click Save again. And similar thing, include document fonts, PostScript level 3. Hit OK. This file contains, just click Continue. It's going to save this file. And then just like we did before, we're going to open up our Roland VersaWorks and we're going to drop it from over here. We're going to drop it in here. It's going to load 100%. Preview. Looks good. So we're going to go down here to Settings. Okay, Settings. Custom Roll. Get Media Width. Hasn't changed, so it's going to say the same. The scale. If you want it that small, it's already going to tell you right here that the width on it is 4 inches and the height is 5 inches. That's okay with me. Alright, and if you want to flip the orientation, you want it this way, upside down, so you can read it as it's coming out. If you want it sideways, whatever. If you want multiple copies, this is the copy right here. So if we want 3 copies, it's going to give you 3 copies. And it'll say tile spacing right here. That's the space between copies. So I'm going to click it, give it more spacing, and it's going to give it more. Less spacing, it's going to give it less. Usually 0.25 inches is plenty. Quality, tell what kind of vinyl you're using. We're not using calendared vinyl. We are going to use heat transfer material. Okay, print quality standard. There's no metallics in it, so we don't have to worry about the color mode. And that's okay there. Then we're going to go to, we did layout quality, and you can skip down to cut controls. You tell it to print and cut, and also cut the image boundary for us. And then you're going to go down here to the corner, click OK once that's fine. And then once again, rip. Wait for it to finish ripping. It's going to give you a status bar right here. There's a status bar. When that reaches 100 and it gives you the option to click print, go ahead and click print. It'll start printing, and once it's done, it'll cut, and then you'll have your image. Now, if you want to do metallic colors are a little bit more tricky, but basically you just want to go ahead and select your text or your image, and you're going to come over here to the fill color, and the fill color, we're actually, wait a second. You're going to select your text, click once on fill color, and then you're going to come over here to the Roland VersaWorks color swatch. This is the Roland Color Systems library. Click a little bit to the right. Roland Metallic Color Library is what you want. We're going to expand it. So these are all the metallic colors that you can use, and there's more back here. But say I wanted it to be Roland VersaWorks Metallic Bronze. I'll go ahead and click on Metallic Bronze, and the color is changed. So now the printer will print this metallic bronze. And if you wanted it to cut also, you're going to go ahead and highlight the whole thing. Come back here, click on the Outline tab, go back to the Roland VersaWorks tab, and give it a cut contour. And there you go. Just remember that if you are going to be using metallic colors, you got metallic color in your image, you need to tell it down here in the mode to run CMYK MT, which is CMYK metallic, because even if you have metallic color in your image and you don't tell it to run metallic, it won't print it in metallic. It'll probably just print it in a standard color, probably white or black. So you have to tell it, and then you got to make sure that your original file had one of the very many metallic colors in it. One of these.